Hey everyone, Linus here from Linus Tech Tips, ready to ditch that console and build your very own gaming PC? It might seem daunting, but trust me, it's easier than you think. Plus, the feeling of booting up a machine you built yourself? Totally worth it. In this guide, we'll walk through every single step, from planning your build to firing up your favorite games. No confusing jargon, promise. We'll keep it simple, fun, and easy to understand. So grab your screwdrivers, and maybe a snack, and let's get started. By the end of this, you'll be a bona fide PC building expert. Ready to dive in? Let's go! First things first, let's talk money. Building a PC can be as cheap or expensive as you want it to be. Set a budget before you start drooling over high-end components. Trust me, it's easy to get carried away. Next, think about what you'll actually use your PC for. Just casual gaming, competitive esports, maybe you want to edit videos or stream on Twitch. Knowing your needs helps you choose the right parts for the job. Remember, it's all about balance. Don't blow your entire budget on a super powerful graphics card if your CPU can't keep up. We'll talk more about component synergy later. For now, just have a rough idea of your budget and what you want to achieve. Now for the fun part, choosing your components. This is where you get to customize and build your dream machine. This is where your research pays off. All those hours spent reading reviews and watching tutorials will guide you in making the best choices. Think of it like building a superhero team. Each member needs to be strong on their own and work well together. Every component has a role to play and they must complement each other. Here are the key players, the essential parts that will make up your powerful PC. The brain of your PC. It handles all the calculations and instructions. A good CPU ensures your system runs smoothly and efficiently. The muscle responsible for displaying those gorgeous graphics. A powerful GPU is crucial for gaming and graphic-intensive tasks, the foundation that connects everything together. The motherboard is the backbone of your PC, linking all components. Think of it as your PC's short-term memory. More RAM means smoother multitasking and better performance. It's essential for running multiple applications simultaneously. This is where your operating system, games, and files live. You'll want a fast SSD, solid-state drive, for your OS and main games, and maybe a larger HDD, hard disk drive, for storing other files. Storage speed and capacity are key for a responsive system. The heart that supplies power to all the components. Make sure it's powerful enough for your build. A reliable power supply ensures stability and longevity. The body that houses all your precious components. Choose one that's well ventilated and fits your style. A good case also helps with cooling and cable management. Don't worry too much about the specifics just yet. We'll guide you through each step. We'll dive deeper into each component in the next few sections. Stay tuned for detailed insights and tips. Just remember, balance is key. Ensuring all components work harmoniously will give you the best performance. The motherboard is like the foundation of your house. It dictates what components you can use and how they all talk to each other. Choosing the right motherboard is crucial. Firstly, it needs to be compatible with your chosen CPU. CPUs have different sockets, so make sure your motherboard has the right one. The motherboard's chipset also determines what features you'll have, like support for faster RAM or more USB ports. Don't skimp on the motherboard. A good motherboard will provide a stable and reliable platform for your entire PC. Read reviews and compare features to find the perfect one for your needs. Section 5, CPU, RAM, and storage brains, memory, and speed. With the motherboard sorted, let's move on to the core components, CPU, RAM, and storage. These guys are responsible for how fast and responsive your PC feels. The CPU is the brain of the operation. For gaming, you'll want a CPU with a high clock speed and multiple cores. More cores mean better multitasking and performance in CPU-intensive games. RAM is your PC's short-term memory. It stores data that the CPU needs to access quickly. Aim for at least 16 gigabytes of RAM for smooth gaming. Faster RAM speeds can also provide a noticeable performance boost. Finally, we have storage. An SSD or solid-state drive is a must for your operating system and main games. It loads everything lightning fast compared to a traditional HDD. Get a large enough SSD to fit your needs, or consider adding a cheaper HDD for additional storage. Section 6. Graphics card and power supply. Visuals and juice. Time for the showstopper, the graphics card or GPU. This is the heart of your gaming experience. This bad boy is responsible for rendering those stunning visuals in your games. making every detail pop. It's also often the most expensive part of a gaming PC, but it's worth the investment for top-notch performance. When choosing a GPU, consider its performance tier, memory capacity, and cooling solution. These factors will determine how well your games run. Higher-end GPUs offer better performance but come with a higher price tag. Weigh your options carefully. Make sure your chosen GPU fits within your budget and provides enough power for the games you want to play. A balanced approach is key. Now let's talk about the unsung hero, the power supply. Often overlooked but incredibly important. It provides juice to all your components, so it's crucial to get one that's powerful enough and reliable. Without it, nothing works. Don't underestimate the importance of a good power supply. It ensures everything runs smoothly. Calculate the total wattage your components will draw and choose a power supply with some headroom for future upgrades. Planning ahead is essential. A quality power supply will ensure the stability and longevity of your PC. Invest wisely for a hassle-free experience. Section 7 Case, Cooling and Peripherals, Looks and Comfort. With the core components covered, it's time to find them a cozy home, the PC case. Your case choice depends on your personal preference and the size of your components. Make sure the case is large enough to accommodate your components, especially the graphics card. Good airflow is crucial for keeping your components cool, so choose a case with plenty of fan mounts and ventilation. Speaking of cooling, consider whether you want to use air cooling or liquid cooling for your CPU. Air cooling is generally more affordable and easier to install, while liquid cooling offers better thermal performance for overclocking enthusiasts. Lastly, don't forget about peripherals. A good monitor, keyboard, mouse, and headset can greatly enhance your gaming experience. Choose peripherals that fit your budget and gaming style. Section 8. Assembling your PC, like Legos, but cooler. Alright, time to get our hands dirty. This is where the fun really begins. Assembling your PC might seem intimidating, but it's actually pretty straightforward. Think of it as a high-tech puzzle. Just take your time, follow the instructions, and don't be afraid to ask for help if you get stuck. There are plenty of resources online. First, prepare a clean and well-lit workspace. This will make the process much smoother and more enjoyable. Ground yourself to avoid static discharge, which can damage components. An anti-static wristband is a good investment. Now carefully install each component onto the motherboard, starting with the CPU. Make sure it's properly aligned. Next, install the RAM and M.2 SSD. These are crucial for your system's performance. Mount the motherboard inside the case and connect the power supply. Ensure all screws are tight, but not overly so. Install the graphics card and any other expansion cards. These will give your PC additional capabilities. Connect all the necessary cables, including SATA cables for storage devices. Make sure they are securely attached. Don't forget the front panel connectors for your case's buttons and lights. These are essential for functionality. Cable management is key for good airflow and aesthetics. A tidy build is a happy build. Take your time to neatly route and secure all the cables. This will make future upgrades and maintenance easier. Once everything is connected, double-check all connections before moving on to the next step. This ensures everything is in place and ready to go. Section 9. First boot and BIOS setup, bringing it to life, the moment of truth. With everything assembled, it's time for the first boot. Connect your monitor, keyboard, and mouse. Turn on the power supply and press the power button. If everything goes well, you should see the BIOS screen. This is a low-level software that controls your PC's hardware. Navigate the BIOS menu using your keyboard and make sure all components are recognized correctly. You can adjust boot order, enable X 2.0 for your M.2 drive, and monitor system temperatures within the BIOS. Once you've configured the basic settings, save and exit the BIOS. Your PC should now boot from your chosen installation media. Section 10. Installing your operating system, Windows or Linux. With your PC successfully booting, it's time to install the operating system. The most common choices for gaming are Windows and Linux. Windows offers the widest game compatibility, while Linux is known for its open-source nature and customization options. Create a bootable USB drive with your chosen operating system. You can download the installation media from the official Microsoft or Linux distribution websites. Insert the USB drive into your PC and reboot. Follow the on-screen instructions to install the operating system onto your SSD. This process may take some time. Once the installation is complete, you'll be greeted by the operating system's setup wizard. Section 11. Drivers, Software, and Gaming Time. Congratulations, you've successfully built your own gaming PC. But wait, there's one last step: installing drivers and software. Drivers are essential pieces of software that allow your operating system to communicate with your hardware. Head to the websites of your motherboard, graphics card, and other component manufacturers to download the latest drivers. Once your drivers are installed, install your favorite games, web browser, and other essential software. You can now start enjoying your brand new gaming PC. Don't be afraid to tweak your in-game settings to find the perfect balance between visual fidelity and performance. Experiment with different settings and see what works best for your hardware and preferences. Now go forth and dominate the virtual world with your very own custom-built gaming PC.